All right, we're here in the kitchen with Cheryl Alters-Jameson from New Mexico Magazine, and we're making a salad today.
We are.
What are we doing?
Well, my column this month is about Pueblo feast day foods.
Okay.
And while many of those are things connected to historically grown foods, you know, corn, beans, squash, things we call the Three Sisters, I've decided we would make one of the newer dishes that you find at feast days around the state at the Pueblos.
Okay.
This is a very nice salad. And we have broccoli, we have red grapes, and then for some crunch, we have cashews to go into it.
I love that. I love putting nuts into a salad.
Oh, it just
gives
adds
it
so
a great
much.
texture.
It sure does.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Brittany earlier because she doesn't eat nuts, and I did bring along some sunflower kernels too that have crunch that could substitute if you do have somebody who has a nut allergy too. So we have the ingredients for that, and it has great color and vibrancy, and well, it's even healthy.
That's always good.
Wow.
You always want your salad to be healthy.
Yes, yeah.
And so you have onions here as well,
yes,
is that
we
right?
have a few other things that are going to go in the dressing. It's a poppy seed dressing. It is sweet and sour, has some honey in it, some local honey back here.
That's good.
And then it gets a little bit of mustard, a little bit of minced onion, let's see, some salt, the poppy seeds, some oil, and we brought sunflower oil today because that's a nice healthy oil when you want a neutral type oil too. So we're going to be mixing all this together in just a little bit.
That's
and you're going to help me cut some grapes
I'm
or
going to
broccoli?
try. I'm going to try. All right, but now let's head over to Brittany with your question, or not question, your tip of the day. Well, looking at the New Mexico Magazine here, because we're here with the culinary editor, Cheryl Alters-Jameson, and we're making, it's a famous dish, because there's a picture of it right here
That's
in this
right.
magazine.
Must be.
Now you said this is a feast day dish. What is that? Tell us a little bit about the concept of feast day.
Now, New Mexico's 19 pueblos, 18 of those pueblos have what they call a feast day. And it's the same day each year, and has been forever, virtually. And it's the day that honors the patron saint of that pueblo. And it is a day of thanksgiving, of celebration, of reverence for what they have been provided. And typically it's the corn dance that is performed on a feast day in New Mexico. And the feast days are open to visitors, respectful visitors, and you can come and watch the dances. Now these are not meant as performances, these are meant as spiritual and religious kinds of events and all, but people can come and watch all of that, and then you might be invited into someone's home. And it's a wonderful, generous custom that people provide food for whoever comes. And of course you had to be invited in, just like you would at anybody's home.
Yeah, you don't just stumble in.
Yes,
well, sometimes I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? All right, well, so you can read more about this and more about this dish, which we're going to make when we come back in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look at the weather outside today in Albuquerque with meteorologist Cassandra Cremy. Good morning, Cassandra. Hot day here in Albuquerque. That's what you can expect today, folks. So why not make a tasty salad, which is what we are doing.
Those look like little trees, little broccoli trees.
They are like little
do.
broccoli trees.
trees.
See,
Yes.
little trees. All right, so we're
bitty
making the
ones.
broccoli grape salad.
We are.
Brittany's already cutting up the grapes.
She is. We're going to have you cut a little broccoli in a minute.
Broccoli.
Yeah, and we were talking about feast day foods, and probably people think about corn, beans, squash, calabacitas, things like that, and there are plenty of those dishes at feast days. But this is a newer one that's really taken a number of the pueblos by storm almost. And this version is from my friend Tweety Suazo, who is from Acoma Pueblo. And hers is a little bit different than some because she makes a poppy seed dressing. Some of them are more of a heavy mayonnaise dressing, and hers is this lighter vinegar and oil with a little bit of honey and some onion, so it's kind of sweet and savory and tangy and sweet and all of that together. So we're going to do that once Brittany has. Oh, these are just gorgeously done. Look at these grapes. Okay. All right, you can tell. Yes.
So now you've got the
now I'm
chopped
going to have
broccoli
you
in
put
here.
a little more broccoli in there, if you would, Chad.
Just chop it. Is there like a specific way that you chop up broccoli? Because I always feel like I do it wrong.
Well, I don't know. I start at the the tail end. I would call it, I guess, this way, and do that, and then I tend to kind of cut it apart more like in the florets. But that's just me. You can do it any way you want, as long as you just keep your fingers out of the way of the knife.
Rule of thumb: don't put fingers in the salad.
Okay. Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, and we'll let you do a little of that.
Okay.
And we'll do kind of a little pot de dough dance here.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna try
to
this
make
here.
sure that you don't Yes.
Chop, and then just like this. Yeah.
That's
okay.
good. Yes.
There we go.
All right.
Look at that. Look at those skills.
Oh, our broccoli trees are going away.
Did you get it? Oh.
No,
right.
Okay, now what are we going to do with our salad dressing?
Don't worry, I'll get it out with this knife.
All right, so once
right.
that goes in here, we mix it. And we start mixing up
this together. We have all of these grapes to go in here too.
Okay.
Oh, this is so refreshing, and of course you don't need an oven. Isn't that great this time of year,
Spe-
especially on a
you
day
don't want
like
a
today?
hot oven.
Okay, we have our honey in the bottom here.
That honey is good.
Ooh, good. Yeah.
Now, what
and
are we mixing in
what's
there?
that?
This is vinegar, just
It's
white vinegar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
White
just
vinegar.
mix a little of it just to get some. You could do this in a food processor or even a blender too, but that's not really, necessary.
Okay.
So, okay, there's our. And we have a little bit of mustard.
Okay.
Increase the tang there too.
I like the mix of flavors.
Oh, this is so good. And you were talking about somebody who thinks they don't like broccoli. I
Topher,
think this
my husband,
is
he's a child.
good way to, convince somebody that broccoli is really much better than they think it is.
Okay.
Especially when they see you and everybody else eating it and
Yeah.
getting all excited about it.
Okay.
And I have some sunflower oil, which is a good neutral oil. And people are starting to raise sunflowers as oil crops here in New Mexico, which is very cool, I think.
Okay.
So we have some of that, just
All
enough
right.
to kind of make the rest of these ingredients glide around.
Okay.
And then we have, the poppy seeds, which are another kind of crunchy thing,
Yes.
along with the crunching that's going on over here with a broccoli tree. Okay.
Okay, and then we pour it in.
Yes. Would you like to do that, Brittany? Just give it a stir again.
Yep. Of course I would.
While Chad looks a little bit occupied with his
That's
broccoli.
right. We're going to keep
Okay.
crunching along and
Okay.
making this salad. We'll be right back. I'll show you the finished product in just a second.
Wonderful.
Mm.